Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to share some of the important verses and the summary of Surah An-Nisa. So before I start summarizing Surah An-Nisa, I'd like to share two important hadith. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said that all the human beings have greed for two things. One is life, and the second one is wealth. That is, who doesn't want to live a prolonged life, and who doesn't want to have huge amount of money and wealth? So these are the two things which we constantly keep on contemplating, and the desire never ends. You're going to find there, or perhaps you're going to say that, dude, I'm pissed off of my life, and I'm in such a state of depression that I don't want to live anymore. I just want to throw my life away. I just want to die. Dude, this is not the thing. Trust me, when you will be in your 100% sense, you will never say that you want to die, because death is not something, it's not like a game that you are going to come alive again. The moment you die, it means you are dead, and you are not going to get this life again. So these are the two extreme desires of our life. One is life, and the second one is money or wealth. And Surah An-Nisa is all about family bonding. The heading is An-Nisa, which means the women, and there are lots of tangents in this surah. And if I try to summarize in one or two words Surah An-Nisa, it's about the family. It's all about family bonding. So the two hadiths is, I have noted the hadith, let me read. The first one: whoever who wants to live a long life and get rizq to be open, these are the two things: your long life expectancy and your wealth or money. Let him be good to his family. This is what Prophet Muhammad ﷺ stated. And in another hadith, he stated that he who is good to his family shall never be poor. So these are two of the strongest hadith about your family bondage. So whosoever wants to have a prolonged life and good amount of wealth, please try to be good to your family members. And now I would like to share one of the stories about this family bonding. We all know about Hassan and Hussein, right? So once it happened, like, the sons of Hassan and Hussein were in a public argument, and the dispute was so, it was so extreme that they had raised a lot of shout in front of the public. And both of the sons of Hassan and Hussein, the grandson of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, went to their house, and one of the cousins was unable to sleep at night. So in midnight, what he did is he went to his cousin's home, and he was knocking at the door, and then his cousin opened the door and said, "What happened? Why you are here at this moment of night? Like, it's almost midnight. What you are doing here right now?" He said, "Brother, I'd like to share one thing, is that yes, we had this dispute, this verbal disagreement in front of the public, and perhaps it's not going to settle between us, but can't we remain brother? Can't we fix our bondage for the sake of Allah?" See? And the cousin who was standing next, the opposite person, he became so much emotional, and they hugged each other, and everything was perfectly fine again. So this is one of the histories. So every family in this world has this kind of politics, but the one who is always at the upper hand is the person who is humble, the person who always tries to fix up the problem with the family. So let me summarize the Surah An-Nisa first. So I'm not going to take much time, because honestly speaking, it's not possible for me to summarize this surah. I do not have that much of knowledge. So I went through some of the tafsirs and some of the videos as well, and I read this surah as well. So while going through the verses, I came across some of these stuffs, and I'd like to summarize this according to my way, and I followed some scholars as well. All right, so as we know that this is one of the longest surah of the Quran, and the surah is all about family bonding. I have already mentioned it. And some of the tangents of the surah I would like to mention. The first tangent is about the laws of inheritance, like who's going to get what amount of money. And the second tangent is about your family law. And the last but not the least tangent is about your wife or your spouse or future wife or future spouse. So this surah has depiction of so many things in it, and it's trust me, it's not easy. This surah, it's I felt like I was reading the verses were quite like mutashabiyat. It means it was quite difficult for me to understand the verses as well. So I'm just sharing what I could understand while reading. And I came across one thing is that is about the ranking of this family system. In this world, one thing that is unparalleled is your family members. That is your father and mother. Their rank comes first. You cannot compare anything in this world with your father and mother. And the second rank is your siblings and children. And third rank is uncles, aunts, and other relatives. And fourthly, the rest of the world. So when like it's the thing is like that, whenever you are in trouble, you go to your family members, first, and you should go to them. So it's not about the friends or your corporate friends or the colleagues you have. Trust me, nothing in this world is thicker than your blood. It's not my statement, it's the statement in the Quran. You will find this in this surah. So please try to maintain your family relationships and try to maintain the bondage between your relatives and even your neighbors as well. And this surah talks about your spouse, how you should deal with your spouse, how you should respect her, and how you should treat her, how you should treat your children, your relatives, the orphans, how you should maintain your family bonding, and so many stuffs have been discussed in this surah. So what I will be doing is I will be uploading some of the important verses of this surah, and in one sentence I would like to complete the summary is it's all about your family.